Hello and welcome to this Taurus Supermoon astrology reading, and this is the best manifesting supermoon that we will have for all of 2024. So if there's something you want to manifest, this is your moon. Set your intentions, drop it in the comments what you want to manifest, and I will send distance Reiki for it. And I want to show you all a little manifesting technique for bringing more abundance into your life. You can do this right at the new moon, which is happening on May 7th, with just simple cinnamon. I know you probably have cinnamon in your kitchen. This is called being a kitchen witch, when you use the spices and herbs that you already have and you just put it in your hand. Just put a copious amount of cinnamon in your hand. It's best to do this at your doorway. So you open your front door and you blow the cinnamon into your house and you just say, with this cinnamon, I do blow. Abundance in my life will flow. And then you blow the cinnamon. And you just fill your house with this beautiful cinnamon scent. And every time you walk into your house and you smell that cinnamon, it just smells like money coming. And the money is coming this new supermoon in Taurus. We've all been through so much astrologically this year. And once again, on this new moon in Taurus, we are feeling a powerful shift forward in the energy. But the energy is going to be exciting with some amazing luckiest transits of the whole 2024 this month, with that Sun, Jupiter, Cazimi, Jupiter conjunct Venus in Taurus, giving us these opportunities in May to manifest our deepest desires. And this is so exciting. But we will also have an intense Pluto retrograde. Pluto, who was just square that Scorpio full moon. If you haven't already watched the Scorpio full moon astrology report with that Pluto square at 2 degrees of Aquarius, predicting stormy times ahead, stormy weather indeed. And so it's the best of times and the most intense of times this May. Something bigger is coming in. Something bigger is happening right now that we just can't even comprehend. The energy is rising and expanding with that Jupiter conjunct Uranus transit that we just had last month. If you haven't heard about Jupiter conjunct Uranus, it's a really big deal that's still affecting us. And I talked about it in my eclipse portal reading. This is creating massive changes ahead for our world. But this shift in the energy is asking us to be present, to slow down, to be aware of what's going on around you energetically, and try to be the peace that our world needs. We can all, just like you can be the change in the world, you can be the peace. You can bring peace to the world just by trying to find that inner peace within. And Thich Nhat Hanh, who I love, he was a champion for peace in our world. And he says that the peace exists in the here and now. Right here and now is where you find peace. When you bring your awareness to this present moment and you tap into your inner self and everything you're doing with every conscious breath and every step forward you take, we can be filled with peace, joy, gratitude, and serenity. It is found within us in these little moments of awareness. So really try to give yourself some time and space to be present, to be aware, to look at things that uplift you, like flowers in the garden and getting some nature therapy, or maybe it's your kitten napping. My cats give me so much joy. We just need to be awake and aware and alive in this present moment, to choose peace in every moment by bringing our awareness. And this is a time when we will all collectively need to rise above our fears, because our fears are keeping us focused on the past. Our fears have us worried about the future. And so the more we can tap into the right here and now, holding that state of peace and gratitude for the world, and the more you can meditate and be mindful, the more you can keep your energetic vibration higher, no matter what is going on in the world, keeping your faith that everything is working out for you, everything is going to be okay. And when you stay in the present moment, you can tap into a sensation that all is well. And this is going to help guide you in this May, as we do have some tumultuous energy, starting with Mars moving into Aries on April 30th, just as I record this, all the way through June 9th. Mars is the natural ruler of Aries, the warrior. And Mars empowers Aries with strength, courage, energy, and resilience. But could this lead to more war activity? Aries is that first sign of the zodiac, saying something new is being birthed in. And now when Mars gets into Aries and empowers it, we can feel very ambitious, and this will bring fearless leaders who rise up to embrace challenges as opportunities. So we will see some strong personalities coming to the forefront to guide us under this Mars and Aries. And Mars and Aries is like a strong cup of coffee for getting things done. And I am grateful for that after this whole period of the eclipse portal Mercury retrograde month had me feeling really scattered. I was having such a hard time accomplishing things. But now we can return to setting our big lofty goals and accomplishing all of our day-to-day to-do lists. And Mars in Aries loves to exercise and do competitive sports. We will be feeling more physically active now, and you will need more exercise in a Mars in Aries. We need to move our bodies, so getting into some movement exercises so that you can sleep at night, because Mars in Aries will also give you insomnia with so much to do and so much energy. And that Mars in Aries really fuels anger as we enter this more yang rising. Yang is that hot energy of the sun, and the sun is return, and we have more sunlight, and this is the dominant yang energy of springtime with its rising up revolutionary chi. This is a time for protest, and we're seeing that. And I worry that Mars in Aries will really fuel the fires of war. When Mars enters Aries, it's like a superpower for fighting battles, for getting the edge on your competition and winning. But are there really any winners in a war situation? I don't think so. And I'm just afraid we may see more violence in our world with this Mars in Aries. But then Venus moves into Taurus, and that can balance out the energy. Venus in Taurus is a promise of peace, that peace that we can find in this moment. Venus is swooping in like the white dove of peace in Taurus, because she is the natural ruler of Taurus, who rules the earth And this is the Taurus supermoon with Venus entering Taurus. This is a beautiful time. When she enters Taurus on April 29th, she is right at home here. And Taurus rules over the second house of wealth and possessions. So that's what makes this a manifesting moon. This is the best month all year in 2024 to make money and to buy things. If you have money to spend and you want to buy things, beautiful things, like buying your dream home. And May is the best month to buy and sell real estate. So we're going to really see a real estate boom here in May with this Venus in Taurus. And Venus rules over love and money and getting what you want. So it's like the Spice Girls, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Leave it in the comments what you want to manifest with this Venus in Taurus, and I will send Reiki. I love to send Reiki for manifesting. It is my favorite way to send Reiki. It really works. And this is the best manifesting moon. So make sure you spend some time really setting those seeds of intention. And maybe you want to get a pot of soil and actually plant seeds of intention, little seeds that you plant to represent what it is you're calling in. And asking the universe, remember to ask, believe, and receive this month. And this, when we plant seeds of this Taurus super moon with all this potential for getting what we want, remember that it may not manifest until this Taurus new moon goes all the way around to become the Taurus full moon, which happens on November 15th. So many times when I'm working with people who want to manifest with the moon and they set their intention and they just expect it to show up like an Amazon package next day on their porch. And it just doesn't really work that way when you're manifesting with the moon. It's a germination cycle. Just like when you plant the seed in the soil, it needs to germinate. And then it sprouts, and then it grows, and then it blooms, and then you harvest in the fall. So that is the cycle of manifesting with this moon cycle. We plant the seeds on this new super moon, and we can look for our results coming in November 15th. That is when we will reap the rewards of these intentions. And with Taurus, it's all about beauty, love, and money. These are some of the best things. Whenever I do people's astrology charts and I say, what do you want me to focus on? It's almost always love or money. And so when you really align with the energy of this Venus and Taurus supermoon, this is the moment to get what you desire. And so first you got to figure out what it is you want, and then you set your seeds of intention. And if you are desiring to attract love, if you're looking for the love of your life, we made this Reiki infused sound healing with the energetic vibration 428 hertz binaural music for opening your heart chakra to attract love. And I've had 2 of my massage clients, I play this music sometimes when I'm doing massage for people who are looking for love. And then 2 of my clients listen to it for over 21 days. And they're both getting married this summer, which is amazing. And they started listening to it last fall. So again, it took like 6 months to germinate their desire, but they got it. And if you are desiring more money and wealth, we also did a Reiki infused wealth DNA activation music that I cannot believe really truly works. I've been listening to it myself, and the money is just showing up in all these unexpected ways because money is simply energy. And it responds to an energetic vibration of abundance. And you really can listen to this wealth frequency and get onto the energetic vibration of having more abundance. And that one you also have to listen to for at least 21 days in a row before things start to show up. But give these a try this new moon cycle. If you are looking for love or looking for money, I will link it down below. And if we have love and money, it seems like we are really content. Those are the two big ones. And Venus coming into Taurus is so decadent and so fun-loving. This could be a great month to have a party or have a dinner party, or if you want to have the best experience of your life eating out, I always say go with a Taurus, because Taurus know how to eat out. They order the best drinks. They usually order dessert first. I used to go out to eat with a really good, one of my best friends is a Taurus, and she'd say, we got to get dessert first. And they just know how to indulge in the finer things in life. So go out and eat good foods, maybe invest in some luxurious artwork or beauty products, jewelry. Venus in Taurus is a great time for financial investments. Maybe you want to treat yourself to some new clothes or get your hair done. All the beauty, love, money things. You want to just indulge. But do not overspend with money you don't have. Do not go into debt over your Venus in Taurus desires, because Venus in Taurus, you feel like you deserve to have everything you want. And you do. But if you can't afford it, don't overindulge. Don't overspend. And I am just the most hopeful for Venus in Taurus to bring us that peace and love, while Mars in Aries is bringing that warrior. It's fueling the fires of the war, and Venus in Taurus is swooping in like that white dove of peace. We may just break even here. What is going to happen in our world? But I hope that peace wins over the war and that we can have some kind of resolution. And Venus will square Pluto on May Day. And this may just bring some conflicts, challenges, and obstacles that force us to make a change related to our love and money again. And this could show up in our love life. There could be a real heartbreak. There could be infidelity, breakups, and fighting with your loved ones. And this square will affect all things Taurus in our world, and Aquarius, because Pluto's in Aquarius. So think the economy, resources, food stability. We may have food scarcity this spring because of all those storms and the bad weather conditions. Storms have been ruining crops across the country. And in business, we may see fierce competition. Squares is that diamond making pressure. So there will be conflicts in community. Pluto in Aquarius rules our community. And there's just going to be dynamic shifts in the collective consciousness this new moon, where some people are rising above the chaos and others are falling prey to negative situations and negative drama. And there's just a chasm here between the haves and the have-nots, as we have seen. And later this month, Venus will conjunct Jupiter and Uranus. And this sort of re-triggers all the feels of that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, the massive ripples of change that we're still experiencing. We're still soaking in it. And Venus conjunct Jupiter says, without love in the dream, it will never come true. So it's time to tap into your heart and make sure your heart is backing your plans. You know, Mars in Aries has all those ambitions, but if your heart isn't in it, it's not going to succeed. So focus on doing what you love this month. And I'm going to cover these powerful Venus conjunct Jupiter and Uranus in my full moon report, because that's when those are happening. But before that, we have the sun and moon, both conjunct Uranus and Jupiter, also lighting up that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, that shift in consciousness, that forward momentum that has us taking quantum leaps and having these major breakthroughs. And the sun conjuncts Uranus first on May 13th in Taurus, saying that the only constant in life is change. And everything can change this month, and nothing remains still. You cannot step twice into the same stream. That philosophy comes from Heraclitus. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, the Greek philosopher. And we have to learn to adapt to changing circumstances all month with the sun conjunct Uranus. Uranus is those unexpected, shocking events. There is a craving for excitement, to break away, to find freedom, to quit your day job. And this is a good day for a Ferris Bueller day off on May 13th, when the sun conjuncts Uranus, the planet of quantum leaps. The sun will light up Uranus, and we can connect to this higher vibrational energy on this day. So it's a good day to do some energy work, or to manifest, really put your intentions out in that law of attraction way. And Uranus also rules over lightning storms, electrical accidents, internet outages. So just be careful working on anything electrical. Really, for this whole month of May, I would not rewire my house this month. And Uranus rules over weather. Uranus and Taurus rules over geomagnetic storms. We have been seeing more and more solar storms. I have some separate reports on the solar storms and their increase. I'll link those below. But we'll also might experience some spring earthquakes, flooding, mudslides, just strange weather patterns and thunderstorms. And then after Sun conjuncts Uranus, Sun will conjunct Taurus on May 18th. And this is one of the luckiest transits ever for manifesting money, for expanding your business, and really getting what you want out of life when you ask, believe, and receive. So get out your journal and start asking the universe for what you want, especially if you are a Taurus. The Sun conjunct Uranus, or Sun conjunct Jupiter, will be in Taurus. So go ahead and buy that lottery ticket, Taurus. This is your last chance to win it, because Jupiter, the king that grants wishes, he will be in a Cazimi with the sun. The sun is lighting up the king who grants wishes. Jupiter has been in Taurus for a long time now. Jupiter is going to move on to Gemini at the end of this month. So if you're a Taurus and you haven't asked the universe, the king, Jupiter, what you want, this is your time. This is your last chance, Taurus and Scorpio, to ask the king for what you want. Put in your requests. And if you're a Gemini, it's time to start thinking about what you want to manifest, because you're getting ready to have an opportunity to manifest something big, to expand, to grow your business, to do something really powerful. And this Jupiter transit, this opportunity to manifest more money, to manifest your desires, to do something powerful, only comes around once every 12 years. So make sure you take some time to be clear about what it is you want and how you're going to get what you want and live the life you've always dreamed of with your one precious life. And no matter what your sign is, we will all be feeling more optimistic about manifesting on this Sun conjunct Jupiter in Taurus day. Taurus lighting up our wealth and possessions. There is hope for the future now. There will be opportunities abounding to grow forth, to financially prosper. This is an excellent time to launch a new business on the day, May 18th, or buy your dream home, or just expand your reach in some way. Start that podcast, publish your book, put out your music. Anything that you begin on this day will be extremely successful. And if you're really lucky, you may even receive a financial windfall. This is an excellent day for investments, buying stocks. And the only thing you really have to worry about when the sun conjuncts Jupiter is overcommitting. You may take on too many projects under this influence, and it makes you believe you can do everything and anything, but you might not be able to do it all later on when the energy doesn't support it as well. So be mindful under this influence about saying yes to too many things. Don't make promises you can't keep later, especially if you're a Taurus, Scorpio, or Gemini. And then after that conjunction, we will have Pluto in Aquarius going retrograde on May 2nd. And this will last all the way through October 11th. Pluto retrograde is a really big deal. I have so much to say about this. I'm going to do a separate recording because there's so much going on here. And Pluto was squaring that last Scorpio full moon at 2 degrees, and that predicted all those thunderstorms that came. That was all in the Sabian symbol. If you haven't watched my Scorpio full moon report, go back and watch, because that influence is going to be affecting us for a while. That Pluto, 2 degrees of Aquarius, so important. Pay attention, because that is where now Pluto stations retrograde on May 2nd, becoming so powerful. Sometimes when a planet stations retrograde, they become even more intense and more powerful. And Pluto is the most intense, powerful planet we have. So this is asking us to reclaim our power in some way, to recover from our old past wounds and trauma. This is a time for soul retrieval. This is a time to recover lost things, lost people, perhaps to reconnect with family, friends, or old relations for some kind of reconciliation. And this influence always brings up past life experiences. Maybe you were going to meet somebody who you knew in a past life. You meet someone who seems so familiar, or you dream about a past life. And have you ever had any kind of past life regression or experience? I'd love to know. And we're going to unpack all of this Pluto retrograde in a separate transit reading. And then Mars will sextile Pluto on May 3rd. Mars empowered in Aries. This is a positive sextile with Pluto, the great transformer. It's going to give us a surge of energy to make a change in our life and get tasks done in a brilliant way. I cannot wait for May 3rd. Put all the things on your to-do list on May 3rd, because we will be able to do the big changes. Maybe if you're moving your home this spring, you're changing jobs, you're starting a new project, this is the energy that can really support you to get it all done, to make the change. This is that Red Bull transit that gives us wings, not only to finish our tasks, but to transform ourselves in the process of completing tasks. It's that rare flow state where you can hyper focus all of your attention to really complete the project. You might call it being in the zone on that Mars sextile. If you have something really important that you need to get done, or maybe it's a presentation you need to give, or you're a salesperson trying to make a sale, pick that day, May 3rd. It will be a magical time of synchronicity, creativity. Our juices will be flowing, and we've got this let's do it, let's get it done kind of energy. And then Saturn in Pisces will be in a semi-square to Pluto in Aquarius. Squares are not so fun. Squares, Saturn, so, the teacher, the Lord of Karma, so powerful, so ominous. And then squaring Pluto going retrograde, this is what I call a crunchy transit. Crunchy means things could be hard for us on this one. And even though it's just a semi-square, it's a square still. Like, you're just going to be working harder now to get less results. And Saturn will bring hard lessons, and Pluto forces us to make a change. So now the change isn't coming because we want to make a change. The change is coming because we have to. And when they're in square, we may be faced to look at our life more realistically. What is working, what is not, and we might need to let go of some bad habits or something that isn't working. It could be a relationship, a job, or a living situation that just needs to change. And those squares bring conflicts, challenges, obstacles, and difficulties that force you to make the change. And if you are making a change, or if there's a change you want to make, leave it in the comments. I will send Reiki to you. I want to just send Reiki to everybody this month because we're all going to need it. Like I said, it's exciting and tumultuous. And this is the tumultuous. And the most optimistic thing that could come from a Saturn-Pluto square would be a kind of proactive reorganization of some kind. Figuring out how to work smarter, not harder. Getting your closet in order. I need to do that. Getting clarity about your work-life schedule. Getting realistic about your time management and your routines so you can maximize your profits. And Saturn teaches us to work hard with that determination and grit, while Pluto in Aquarius wants us to innovate our path forward with a higher vibrational energy that is so outside the box creative. And so when these two come together, it's kind of confusing. So just be open-minded about what shows up for you and let it guide you. And you may have an urge to evolve the ways that you're doing things right now. And you're probably watching this right now because you need to shift into a state of receiving more and to connect and align with something higher, some higher vibrational Reiki kind of energy on this new moon cycle that will kind of pull you out of the box and you can work smarter, not harder. And we really are going to have our work cut out for us this whole month. It's going to be busy. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be tumultuous. But be sure to schedule in some time to simply do nothing because we all need a rest. Rest will become so important under all this big shifting energy. And I just want to read the Sabian symbol for this Taurus new supermoon at 18 degrees. 18 means in feng shui, one will prosper. One, because 8 is abundance. One will prosper is being said in the Sabian symbol too. And the Sabian symbol is a woman who's airing out an old bag through the open window of her room. And the keynote is the cleansing of our ego consciousness. Traditional teachings concerning man's nature are reconciled with a youthful enthusiasm that sees in every problem the good and the bad. Exciting, tumultuous. This symbol suggests that the real enemy is within our mind. It is the ego and its attachment to possessions. And the mind is shown as a bag, now empty and needing to be aired out in the sunlight. But the window must be opened and the bag emptied. Like cleansing the doors of perception, what is to be cleansed is the container of perceptual images, the ego mind, and the key word here is purification. Purification. And I also think I really need to clean my room. My room is a mess. Is your room a mess? Is your desk a mess? What is a mess in your life? What needs to be purified? Maybe you just need to sage your house or do an energy pendulum clearing. We could all use a little purification on this new moon in Taurus. And I hope that you manifest all of your desires, because this is your best chance for all of 2024. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.